live stream. Oh, Jesus. No side view. Hello. How are you all? I just saw my fucking side view of my hair in the back. I'm like, Jesus, Kimberly. Don't do that move again. Let me pull the computer over here for one moment. Let me try to do the business here. Nope, I'm not gonna be able to do it there. Okay. Let me try here. Hold on. Okay. Did we get the message? Yep, I see it. Never mind. I see it. Okay, good. Give me one moment. Okay, perfect. All right. Next time I have to look at my laptop, I'm gonna be like, so I don't have to see the back of my head again. So how is everyone today? I have legitimately until 3:15. Then I have a call. I have had one hell of a day. Okay. I had a dentist appointment that I had written down in my book. And I still scheduled someone today with that written in the book. And I had to reschedule them. And then I felt guilty for it. It's been one of them days. How do you explain? Yeah, I knew I had a dentist appointment. It was literally right in front of my face. And I still scheduled you there. Jesus. Anyway. Alina J, yes, well, to be honest, it is my business name, for what it's worth. It's my actual, legal business name. And I have thought about changing the channel with it. But then I had someone else offer me another perspective Monday in a coaching call. And I'm like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. Oh God, what do I do? I know what I do in moments like this. I do nothing. I do nothing. And I wait until I am confident or something pops out in reality and I get the zhuzh and then I just do it. That's how I run my shit, for what it's worth. Not that you've got to do what I do, I'm just saying. So anyway, how are all my lovely HBICs today? My ex from 12 years ago showed up lately and we are in constant communication for almost 2 weeks. It's weird. No, it's not. It's not weird to me. Sounds like a BBL to me, to the original SP manifestation. Whether you want to continue that manifestation is completely up to you. I'm just saying, it's not a shock to me. So if you are enjoying this, Meg, please take my, what's the word? Opinion, advice. You decide who you are right now. Okay? Not based on how they're showing up. You make the decision right now who you are, how you want to be treated, okay? And then, again, this is just advice if you plan on entertaining this other person. We don't wait on reality, okay? We don't wait on reality to tell us. We tell it. It's important, okay? All right. I know you know that, but sometimes we need reminders. You know what I mean? Let's see. Helen, beautiful bestie, thank you very much. Song quote for all the HBICs today. We run things. Things don't run. We don't take nothing from nobody. Miley Cyrus. I like that. What song is that, Helen? I can't place it. I need to know. You need to tell me in the chat what the name of that song is. Ruby B, thank you very much. I'm moving in next month with hubby, and our relationship has been better than ever. Kim, I'm still speechless how things keep unfolding. Ruby B, I'm not surprised, but I'm so happy for you. I really am. My God, I love all success stories. I do. Okay. I get excited for everyone. I get excited for people, even if they're just getting, movement, if it's not the full thing right in front of them. I get excited for that. Manifestation still excites me so much. But Ruby, yours is that classic example, and we have proof of you. We have proof. We have live streams recorded and left up on this damn channel with actual proof that Ruby B wavered. She wavered. She had doubts. She had fears. She even considered giving up altogether, but she didn't. She didn't give up. She stuck to it, and she got her man. She got her man back, and she's not kidding when she says hubby. It's her hubby. It really is. She is BBL for every SP manifester out there. I'm just saying. And Ruby, I love that you keep coming back and keeping us updated on how things are unfolding for you. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you that even through the doubts and fears, you kept persisting. Okay? And yes, I said she even had moments of like, oh, I think I almost want to give up on this. That's not a failure moment. Every single one of us, if we're telling the truth, at some point have considered giving up on something we are manifesting. We all have that moment, I believe. It's my reality, so I get to say so. But I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for Ruby. And you told us with a super chat, which was even more generous. Thank you so much. So friggin' excited for Ruby. Whoops. Almost dropped my laptop. I'm going out of my way to block the side of my hair. I don't want to look at it ever again. Anyway, ECC5. Thank you very much. One moment. Okay. I'm ready to detach from the reflection I have created in my 3D in regards to SB and 3P. Once and for all. Please give me the ultimate oomph into getting rid of the 3P once and for all, and him choosing me. Love you. Love you too. Okay. I am so happy to hear that you are ready to detach. That's a big, can we call it a milestone for a lack of a better phrase? It's important. It is so important. It's so important that poop is giving me the occasional woofs to back this statement up to you. Okay? I believe it is from my personal experience on my own journey I'm referring to, and to anybody that's ever listened to me. When you are ready to accept 3D, and by accept, I don't mean the giving up. The accept of, this is here. I don't have to like it. I don't have to love this. It doesn't make sense to me, but I'm not going to give up. I'm not giving up. Wonderful. And when you're at that place of whatever is in reality, whatever that thing is that maybe we don't like, or a person we're not loving, when we're ready to just say, I am not going to let this circumstance tell me who I am, or allow it to influence my decision on who I'm choosing to be. I put that video up yesterday where I used the clips from Interstellar to give you kind of like a visual of what we're doing moment by moment. We're choosing frames. And in the frames, okay, you can look at it as the versions of yourself or realities. To me, either perspective works. When you make a decision and stand in it, consider yourself Teflon. Teflon. Why do I think that? Because anytime I've gotten to that I am so sick of shit place in my own journey, and on different manifestations too, not just SP, not just money. When I've reached that, I am not going to let anything stop me. 3D might not be lovely. It might not be exactly what I want, but I'm not letting it stop me anymore. I've made a decision. I'm standing in it. And I'm allowed to have my emotions. If I have a day where I think life just sucks, I'm going to cry it out. And then I'm going to pick myself right back up. I'm not going to worry about that day. I'm not going to worry that I had a down day. I'm just going to keep moving. This is who I am. I am my new self. And whatever that means to you, to me, whatever. I always get the manifestation. Every single time. I have yet to have a moment where standing in that decision didn't work. I have not experienced that yet. And I've been around here quite a while. Okay? You remember, I was in the community long before I even had channels. So I'm telling you, if you're ready to detach and let go of the 3D and not let the circumstances scare you, even if you're experiencing fearful thoughts, but you're still refusing to give up, per se, on whatever it is. And again, by that phrase, give up, I don't mean if someone changes their mind. Sometimes we change our mind and, we'll use SP as an example. Sometimes we change our mind on what SP we're manifesting. Maybe we don't feel we have the actual feelings we thought we had for an SP and we make a new decision. Nothing wrong with that. I don't consider that giving up, just saying. But as far as, I'm going to go live my life. I feel like I got a hair. I feel it. Kimberly. Oh, there it is. I'm going to go live my life. I'm going to not let this control me, 3D world, right? And circumstance and dumbass third party. I'm not going to let this scare me out of who I'm choosing to be. You're going to get it. You're going to get the manifestation. It's going to happen. What's important, though, with detachment is also allowing. Allow. And all I mean by allow is understand that because you've made your decision that you are this new self, that the things you're experiencing, even the stupid shit. I use the example of where you went to go get gas today, or let's see, I see that's British pounds, right? So where you went to go get petrol today. It's part of my unfolding. Might seem so insignificant, might seem like it's got nothing to do with my unfolding, but we're going to give everything that happy meaning. It's a part of me getting what I want. Every decision I make is, moving me closer and closer. And by closer, we already have it. So how much closer can you get to having it? I just mean what it appears like in 3D reality. What it appears like. But you already got it. So we don't ever have to let anything get in our way. We already have it. It's the reason why we want it. You see, this is also, someone requested that I do one of those, why we should stop listening to dating advice type videos. And the funny thing is I had already recorded it, just not up yet. Because I think a lot of times that when we let fear overtake us, or let's say, I'm going to use the example of me. All right, you're manifesting a specific person, and maybe all your girlfriends or all your guy friends are totally taking a shit all over that SP and telling you all the reasons why you should stop manifesting him or her. And for most of them, maybe not all, but for most of your friends or family or whoever, they're not saying it to be malicious or hurt your feelings. They're saying it because they care about you, but maybe they don't grasp manifestation. See what I'm saying? Maybe they don't grasp that yet. So they're very attached to 3D thinking, like the dating advice. My favorite, but by favorite, I mean I can't stand it, is the if he wanted to, he would. I hate that. Hate's a strong word. I cannot stand that one because the person saying it, I'm referring to TikTok videos of, women or men making videos like, you know what, girl, just let him go. If he wanted to, he would. You deserve so much better. Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, you do deserve better. I'm not questioning that. But that if he wanted to, he would. The person saying it, you don't understand manifestation. You don't have a clue. You are completely clueless to how reality is unfolding around you. So that statement in of itself, you have no understanding of consciousness. So that kind of advice is fucking useless, truthfully. You see what I'm saying? It's useless. I see it as you get to make a decision on what you expect from relationships, meaning how you want to be treated, what you want the relationship to look like, blah, blah, blah. You have the birthright to decide what experience you would like to have in love, okay? But if you're choosing to be over here, applying this to your life, which when I say applying, remember, I just mean consciously, because you're applying it unconsciously whether you want to or not. If you're choosing to apply it, we got to start letting go of things out in the 3D, like really shit dating advice or the generalized shitty beliefs about men, the generalized shitty beliefs about women. We got to say goodbye to them, because when we're getting fears and they feel like they're intrusive, outside of the fact that they're probably logical or literal thoughts interpreting 3D, or maybe you like comparing your past experiences to what you're experiencing right now. Sometimes that damn advice or the damn fears are coming from the generalized beliefs that maybe you hold about men or women, whatever you're into. We gotta let that shit go. It just doesn't apply to us anymore. If you're awake now, and I'm assuming if you're here watching my video, you are awake, right? You're awake. Gotta let that shit go. And from my own personal experience and from people I coach, that old shitty ass dating advice is gonna come up in your mind. And you're probably gonna question whether you should keep manifesting someone or not. And if you're experiencing like ECC5 is experiencing a 3P, the logical response to that would be, well, let that person go, give up. They chose someone else. They didn't choose you. Get over it. Now, the sass in me, I look at that like, yeah, please get rid of them. Stop manifesting that SP. Start manifesting the version of them you want. Stop manifesting the shitty one that brought in a 3P. Start manifesting the one you deserve. The loving, fulfilling, committed version of them, because that exists. It has to exist, or we wouldn't even be able to think it. If it was not already created, creation is finished, right? You wouldn't have the thought. Wouldn't be possible. So yeah, stop manifesting the twat version of your person and start manifesting the loving version of them. How do you do that? You make a decision on what you are expecting, wanting from a relationship. Start deciding that's who you are now, that version of yourself. Decide. Yeah, and it is just as easy as just making a fucking decision. It really is. Okay? It's only fears that make us doubt that. But there's nothing wrong with repetition, by the way. There's nothing wrong with repeating affirmations, visuals, scripting, whatever feels good to you. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that anything's bad about repetition. I'm just saying the only reason why we think we need it is because we are listening to fear, so we are doubting ourselves, therefore we need the repetition. Just saying. So, can you tell? The sass is on today. But you keep deciding. So let's say, okay, ECC5, 3P is in your old reality, because that's where we're going to start referring to it as momentarily. 3P is involved. Okay. So there's a good chance. Now, this is not a guarantee, because you and I haven't had a one-on-one. I don't believe, because it's a username, so maybe we have, and I just don't know that's you under that username. The not good enough is probably swirling in there somewhere. Not chosen, fear of abandonment, fear of being cheated on, any one of those. But they lead to the not good enough if you really start picking at it. So you're going to decide that you're more than enough. You're more than enough, worthy and deserving to expect to be treated like whatever words make you feel good. And we're not going to accept less than that anymore. That's why we're detaching from 3D. That's why we're detaching from that shit version of your specific person. And we're going to go on living our life, enjoying our life, following our joy, while all the while choosing to be a version of yourself, embodying that version. And your reality will reflect it. You notice how I have not said, go ahead and affirm that the 3P is gone. Go ahead and affirm that. Go ahead and affirm that you know, he loves you more than he loves 3P. No. I didn't say that because I don't advise that. In consciousness, you experience what you're aware of. So if our awareness permanently stays on the existence of 3P, what do you think you're going to keep experiencing? Right? So we bring the awareness back to you being the version of you in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship, or at minimum is becoming that version of you, at minimum. So ECC5, I'm very happy for you. Yes, detach, okay? You deserve the loving, fulfilling relationship that you want. You deserve it. You are worthy of it. And now you're going to start commanding it. Commanding. And I don't necessarily mean going out into 3D and, you know, commanding it. I mean up here. Commanding. So we're not going to settle for anything less than exactly what we want. Good. Good. Okay? And I don't know if I said it, but I love you too. So thank you very much. Leo, member for 6 months. Thank you very much. Any tips on manifesting multiple desires? Don't have the time to affirm as much. Currently, I am scripting with a list and telling myself a new life and self. So you've already made a list of exactly what you want. So if this makes you feel better, I'm a multi-manifester too. I manifest in multiple areas at all times because it just feels better to me. It makes sense to do that. How I do it is I made a list. You've already made your list. I defined. Oh, you gotta be nice. Come on, get down. Hey, get down. Before you break that, get down. Get down. Well, you took all the pillows with you, Poop. Poop. Come here. Come here. Come here. Be nice, girl. Please. Can you be nice? Come on. She just told me to fuck off. So, Leo, yes, you've made your list. You've defined, I'm assuming, what you want to experience in the different areas of your life. So, in other words, who you are. So you are the version of yourself that has blank blank in love, blank blank in money, career, or you can do them separately. Health, appearance. I'm trying to think what other categories people usually ask me about. If you're still going to school, in your school category, blah, blah, blah. And from there, you really can just start affirming to yourself that you are new self. You are in your new reality. And I'm sure, well, I should reword that. When I started doing that, I just told myself that I'm new self too. On days where I was feeling good, just remember this, me telling myself that I'm new self came when I was having a shitty time. So on the days that I was feeling better, I might have said a few more things to myself because remember, mine felt like an inner conversation to my higher self. I would throw some things in there, but I did not do that every day. The dominant thing I did was tell myself that I'm new self and that I refuse to be old self. I did not go down the list of all the things I'm manifesting because when I would say I was new self, I would have a flash, like that flash picture of my list. So if I said new self to you, do you know what that means to you? Does that mean to you that you have the multiple things you're manifesting? And yes, it's enough. Yes, it is. I think people think that our mind is dumb. It is dumb. And it's limited with how much information it can take in. Hi, it's perceiving your entire world around you. It can handle it. It can handle it. You wouldn't be able to write the damn list if it wasn't already in here. You are pure, unadulterated consciousness. It's enough. That's fear talking when we're questioning it. But again, it's your life. And if you want to throw in more affirmations, do it. If it feels good, do it. But you don't necessarily have to. So that's what I would do. And it is what I'm doing as a multi-manifester. I feel that manifesting more than one thing at a time, I find that it's easier. It makes it easier from the place of, so you're never just hyper focused on one subject area, staring at it, kind of like watching water boil. No, you've got your mind going all over, which I prefer, because that's how my mind works anyway. I'm always all over the place. See what I mean? Okay, feels different because I used to rampage more. Here's the thing. I know, so I'm not talking to the people that love structure and rules to adhere to when manifesting. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to anybody like me who doesn't necessarily want to devote that kind of time to the manifestation game. I don't want to be walking around consciously always thinking that I am manifesting this, this, and this. No. I want my time to be used, well, outside of doing the things I love and consciously knowing that I am that self already. That feels better to me. That's what I want my awareness on. So again, I want more freedom thinking in my mind, because I don't want to be aware of being I'm manifesting. I want to be aware of being I already am that self. I already am that being. I am in that reality now. You see what I mean? But that's what I prefer. That's my, I guess we'll call manifestation game. That's my game. Because that feels better to me. That feels good. So when it comes to what techniques you use, you should do the ones that feel good. So I'm not saying never to rampage again. If rampaging feels good to you, do it when you have free moments. But if you're spending the rest of your day just, living life, and when your manifestation comes into your mind, or the things you're manifesting, they come into your mind, and if you are deciding in that, that little second there, yeah, I am that self. I am my new self. I am in that reality. Something along those lines, it's enough. It's enough. But you are free to do whatever you want, whenever you want on your manifestation game. So it doesn't mean you got to cut the rampages out if you still want to go back to them. You know what I mean? But it will feel weird. If you were someone, hold on, poops, pillows here. If you were someone that always, stuck to a certain routine and you're changing it up to lighten up the routine, of course it's going to feel a little different. Of course it is. But it doesn't mean there's something's wrong, and it doesn't mean it's not working. Okay? We're pure, unadulterated consciousness. Our true self is unconditional love. Limitless, flawless, unconditional love. Keywords, limitless and flawless. So our beautiful mind can do many amazing things. And stepping into a version of ourselves we've been doing our whole life. We just weren't aware of it. So you are already geared, trained, equipped with what it takes to move realities. We just didn't know it. We just weren't aware of it. But like that scene in Interstellar, we've been doing it our whole life, our whole existence. Well, you are welcome, Leo. Tammy, thank you very much. Hi, Kim. Trying to manifest SP, but there is a 3P and no contact. I'm having a hard time believing I could turn this around. Why? Why are you having a hard time believing that, Tammy? I'll answer it for you. Because you're afraid of something. That's okay. I know you're fearing something. And I would like to correct you on one thing, but it is not a picking on you correction. It is a pointing out. I understand you had to give me an idea of what's going on in your world for me to answer your question. But to anybody else listening to this, this is important. You are not in no contact. I know in the 3D, it might feel like you are, but it's impossible to be in no contact. So stop telling yourself that, first of all. We're not going to describe it as being in no contact anymore, because we are connected in consciousness. Every single one of us is. So you're still in contact with your SP. and what you're choosing to believe about SP and what you're currently believing about yourself, think of that like little signals that are being sent to him through consciousness. Well, we're all connected, all of us. You're not no contact, okay? So, again, I know that's me splitting hairs here, but I think it's important. It's important to know that so that you can break out of believing you are. And listen, I know it might be quiet. It might appear to be quiet in the 3D, but he's still connected to you, okay? All right. Now, as far as the 3P goes, just like I said earlier, we're not going to give any specific attention to 3P because the idea is to get your awareness off of it, as in the 3P, it. We're getting your attention off of it, your awareness off. And you're bringing your awareness back to being the version of you that's in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. And again, to anybody new here, that is my go-to phrase when I talk about love. If those words don't resonate with you, please feel free to change the wording. It's not something you have to adhere to. I just use that for myself all the time. Loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. And using that phrase is what brought me the beautiful version of my person. And, the relationship being on fire, just saying, in a good way. And we're going on years now. I still can't believe it happened, regardless. So that's what I would tell myself, that I am the version of self that's in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. That's who I am. Okay? So my thing was I didn't feel good enough. All right? So obviously not chosen felt like that was a thing too, right? Didn't feel important. So I knew that, so I would start telling myself that I'm finally the me that understands what it feels like to be chosen, to be wanted, desired, pursued, loved by my person. I understand that now. In those moments, especially when I didn't feel good, do you really think I understood what it felt like to be chosen? No, I didn't. But I was claiming it for myself. So what eventually happened? My awareness was on that version of me. And I began to understand and therefore definitely experienced it in 3D. So, when we're manifesting, I know when shitty circumstances are involved. I've been there, done that. I understand it can feel very difficult to get your eyes off of what's happening out here. I understand. But this is why I say that manifestation requires some discipline and determination, right? And detachment. Just saying. It helps. It helps a lot. It helped me. Okay? So essentially, if there's a 3P, we know that more than likely that not good enough belief is there somewhere. So we're deciding to put the awareness on knowing that you are more than enough. More than enough. I don't like saying, I am good enough. For some reason, when I hear that, it's a yucky feeling. I'm proving myself to someone. I am more than enough. I am good enough. The more than enough felt good when I first started saying it. The sass would come out when I would say, I'm good enough. I'm more than enough. That felt better. But again, doesn't matter which one you use. But you start telling yourself that. Ask yourself the questions. What would it feel like to be experiencing being loved and adored or cherished, chosen by your person? What would it feel like? If you could detach your mind, to detach this physical body from the current 3D reality and hop to the reality where that person is showing up being head over heels in love with you, what would it feel like? It would probably feel amazing. Maybe you would feel safe and secure with your person. That was one of the go-to things for me too. That's what I wanted to feel, safe and secure, where I didn't have to worry about where the hell he is when he ain't right here. I don't want to worry about stuff like that. I don't want to live a life feeling like I'm tracking and hunting someone down. That's not living. I want to live safe, secure, free, and comfortably knowing that I'm in love and that this person loves me too. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to feel. So it would feel good to me. It would feel content, right? Now, again, this isn't about forcing yourself to feel these things, but when you ask yourself the what if questions and you try tapping in to what it would feel like, that is you embodying. That is you hopping to that reality. Reality out here might not look no different, but that doesn't mean that nothing's changing. So remember when I said, what if you could detach from this reality and hop on over to the reality where he's showing up the way you want him to? It's not a what if. You can do it. You can do it with a damn decision. That's what we're doing moment to moment. So you can do it. Oh, you just gotta stop. Come on. Come down here, please. Please. Hey. Oh my God, this poor dude. He's been doing the yard work out here today, and she has made his life miserable. Pope, come here. You're rude. Anyway. And Tammy, for what it's worth, yes, you can turn this around. Technically, you already have. Creation is finished. Right now, you feel probably very locked into one reality, the reality where this shit's happening. And I understand that's how I felt too. You're not locked here. You're just perceiving it that way right now. This is why you want to start focusing on being who you want to be. That's how you're like unlocking yourself. You're picking up the anchor to this reality and bringing it to the reality you want to be in. Okay? Momo, thank you very much. I want to manifest my ex and dream uni. Guide me, please. And dream uni. I'm thinking that means university. So you need to ask yourself, what would it feel like if you were going to your dream uni? What would it feel like? What would a day in your life look like? I'm asking you that because this is something I used to do too, is I would think to myself, what would a YouTube vlog, you know how there's YouTube bloggers who make the vlogs where they do their whole day or week in my life, day in my life? I would ask myself, what would mine look like if I was living the life I wanted? So the life you want is to be in the relationship with your specific person and to be in the uni that you want to be. Steph, I cannot agree with you more. Poop is who we should be. Unbothered. She is so unbothered. She just does whatever she wants, whenever she wants. We all should do that. Huh, Poop? She just gave me the side eye. Huh. You're not impressed today, are you? Anyway, so what would a day in your life look like? If you had the person, can't even talk. The person you want to be in a relationship with, and you're going to the uni of your dreams. What would your life look like? How would it feel to be with your person and in the uni you want to be in? Why do you think you don't have your SP? What are the reasons that come up in your mind? So we're going to decide that we are the opposite of those things now too, though. That's what I mean. So if this person is someone you've had entanglements with, also bear in mind you want to not keep thinking and talking and marinating on any of the unfavorable moments in that entanglement as well. So we can allow SP to become the version of themselves that we prefer. right? Does that make sense? That just came out weird. Ask yourself, who the hell do you want to be? And start deciding that's who you are now. Literally. And you can freely start living your life as if you were this person. Don't let logic get in your way. In other words, very logical minded people would probably want to answer that with, well, how in the Sam hell do I know what my life would be like? How can I start living my life as if I have my SP and I'm in the dream university when I don't have it yet, Kim? How am I supposed to do that? You can think, can't you? You can think. You can utilize your brain and imagine. Imagination. When you start deciding that you are a version of yourself, just like I fucking did. Even the mundane, stupid shit I was doing around the house, like house chores, I would be walking around and be in my imagination as if I was living the life I wanted. Obviously, one of those things was I wanted to live with SP. I wanted that. All right? So when I would do things around the house in my mind, I was always having that little inner chatter, not forced inner chatter, meaning the thoughts they were all around my life as, a woman in a relationship who lives with her man. I hope that makes sense. It's like, I often use the example of when I was a kid, I loved strawberry shortcake. And I had all the little, strawberry shortcake dolls. Blueberry muffin was my favorite, for what it's worth. And I would do the little voices for them. But I was imagining what their little lives were like so I could have them interact. It's the same kind of thing you're doing with your mind. You're getting in there and allowing yourself, like a child, to imagine life as you want it, as if you are it right now. Because you are it. You are it. That's embodiment. That's my go-to outside of deciding. Because it feels good. There's no rules to it. There's no pressure. It's just freedom to use your imagination. That's manifesting. We're all conditioned to think utilizing our imagination is pretending. It's wishing. But it's not. It's not. So we got to drop that belief that it's just wishing. Or, make believe. Doesn't anybody else find it very, very interesting that we teach children from a very young age to not take their imagination serious? That it's just play. Just saying. I don't think that's a coincidence, but I love the idea of conspiracy theories. So that's what I would do if I were you, Momo. Oh my gosh, I gotta go. Not paying attention to the time because I'm having fun. Time flies when you're having fun. I have to go. I am 4 minutes off. I love you all. I know that the person I'm about to talk to, I see you in here. I'm coming. Our call will run an extra 4 minutes today to make up for it. Thank you for not hammering me in the chat though. Like, bitch, we're supposed to be talking. I'm coming right now. I love you all. Thank you all so very much for being here with me. I appreciate you. Advanced manifestors and exclusive livers. I'll see you this evening. The post will go up a little bit later. Please decide who you want to be and just stand in it. Stand in it. Get to that mental place of, I refuse to give up. I refuse to not get what I know is my birthright. I refuse it. I am new self. Use the wording that feels good to you. Okay? I love you all. I'll see you all.